Hi, in this lesson we are going to be looking at distances in music. In music, the distance between notes is called an interval. So with intervals, we're just looking at how far apart it is between two different notes. Now, you might think, well, what's the point of knowing that information? It's really useful if I'm listening to a piece of music and I don't have the music to be able to hear the distances between the notes, because then I can figure out how the song goes and play it myself. So I'm not going to put any clef on the music, because to figure out the numerical distance of the interval, I don't need that information. So I'm going to draw two notes. I'll draw one on this second line and I'll draw one on this third space. Now I want to find the distance between them. Now the way we do that is that we count from the bottom note to the top note, and we call this one number one. So one, that one's on my line. So I'm going to have one on my space here, one on my line there, and then I've got this one. So now I count 1, 2, 3, 4. So if this was number one, that's number 4. So I call my distance a fourth. So fourth, there's 4 notes between them, 4 notes apart. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try another one. Might try one that's really far apart. There's my 5 lines of my stave, and I'm going to do 1 on the bottom line here, and then 1 on the top space here. Now I'm going to count up. So I start line. See, this is on the line, so I know it goes line, space, line, space, line, space, line. Oh, and that space, that's the one I want. So now I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the distance here is 8. Now some countries say eighth, but here in Australia we say octave, which is another old word. Oct means 8. It's like in octagon, which is an 8-sided figure, and we're going to write VE, so 8VE, octave. So this is an octave apart. Okay, so then what if the highest note was written first? So if I had one here, so I draw my 5 lines on my stave again. So maybe one of my notes is here and one of my notes is here. So when I'm counting the distance or the interval, I still start from the lowest note, even though it came second. So here it is, and I'm going to count 1 there, 2, 3. So this is a third, and if I wanted to help myself, I could draw the middle one just so I know for sure. So that's a third. So those two notes are a third apart. Now you might have noticed I've been writing them one after the other. I can also write them one on top of each other. So here we go. So if I write them one on top of each other, that's called a harmonic interval, but we count it the same way. This is number 1. And then I count up 1, 2, 3, 4. Line, space, line, space. So it's still a fourth. It's just written as a harmonic interval. So if they're written one after the other, they're called melodic, because we could sing them like a melody. If they're one on top of each other, we call them harmonic, because it's like harmony.